Franco with government.
Kaylee with entertainment.
Maya with environment.
Hello, and welcome to the Late Night News. I'm Kaylee Zavonar.
And I'm Franco from Yachty. Tonight, we'll be talking about some buffalo. So Kaylee, how's it going?
It's good, how are you?
Swell. Have you noticed all the buffalo? Where did they go?
I don't know, where did they go, Franco?
Sometimes it makes me wonder, where did the buffalo go?
You know, Franco, what did the daddy buffalo say to his son when he left for college?
I don't know.
Bye, son.
Okay, I can beat you. So what do you call a buffalo that's lived for 200 years?
I don't know.
Bicentennial.
Hello, Franco from Yachty, from 22 Live. Breaking news. Indians displaced. Whites steal land using new locomotive and false deceits. Flabbergast. Depravity. Immorality. Fib. Falsehood. Falsification. Deviance. Deception. Perseverance. Turpitude. These are all some of the words to describe our breaking news tonight. The Native Americans are fiercely angered that white settlers continue taking their tribal lands. American federal government tried calming tensions with the natives in signing treaties with chiefs and tribes at the Treaty of Fort Laramie in 1851 and the Treaty of Fort Atkinson in 1853. These treaties started up the federal reservation system. The goal of that was to divide the Native American colonies into two colonies, one in the north, one in the south. This would allow the natives to have some of their own land while the whites could go in between and settle fluidly to the west coast. The whites didn't really understand the natives' sense of culture or anything. They didn't understand what chiefs were, and they didn't understand that the natives weren't governed by an overarching body like the President of the United States. The natives didn't have that. Their sense of government was much smaller. The natives lived a nomadic lifestyle. It was not conducive to living within the confines of a reservation because they wanted to go, but they would constantly move. That was their way of life. And the whites had a hard time respecting the natives. The natives were only willing to give up their ancestral land when promised that from the federal government, that they would be left in peace, provided with food, clothing, and other supplies. Governmental agents that were supposed to supply the natives often were corrupt and gave the natives defective rations in order to make a personal profit. So corruption.
Okay, so in your treaty, you said that you would give us land and supplies and you would stay off of our land, but you have not kept your promise.
Let me see that. I don't see that anywhere in here.
It says it right there.
You know what? You know what I say to this?
Wow!
The Dawes Severalty Act divided the native up into a much smaller plots of land, with an Indian family head leading his own family in each 160-acre plot. This act forced the natives to abandon their tribal way of life and become more individualistic. The gist of all this is that the whites basically told the natives to move on or be forced to move on, and to abandon all of their ancestral lands. The whites promised the natives land, peace, and supplies. The whites used these false promises in order to get the natives to move. Then the whites broke all of these promises and continued to take away more and more land from the natives, and that just kept happening. Native Americans are just as humans as whites are, therefore they should be treated accordingly. The government must start properly offering supplies to the natives and refrain from taking any more of their lands. Now to government. The Indians are a very persecuted people. They always have been, and our government continues to do so. It started before this, but it got to the worst. In 1830, when Andrew Jackson passed the Indian Removal Act. This act forced the natives off of all their homelands east of the Mississippi. So anywhere east of the Mississippi River, Indians were gone. This was enforced through the military. So if the Indians were to move off the land, the American military forced them to. The military was not very nice about removing the Indians in any way. The military would often kill any Indian that was lagging behind the line of moving. They would just shoot them. They didn't care about women and children. Women and children were often just shot mercilessly, like any other Indian. was a 5-year-old, for example, at the end of the line, they're moving, the American military is moving the Indians to like out of their homeland. This 5-year-old can't walk, he's a 5-year-old, you know, he's tired, but everyone else is still going. He's slowing down the group. So what is the military officer, what is he gonna do? I mean, he's just gonna...
Franco? Well, I guess we're having some technical difficulties, and I'll just proceed anyway. So, extinction of the American buffalo, entertainment. Welcome, I'm Maya Cazares, and today's segment focuses on the integral differences between whites and natives and their views on buffalo poaching. So, where did the buffalo go? Is the real question we will be answering here today. Buffalo roamed America until settlers and their armies became too greedy, basically. Natives only killed buffalo because it's what they needed to survive. Settlers, on the other hand, used buffalo as a money-making industry rather than as viewing them as beautiful creatures. And that is what they are. Natives loved the buffalo. They used all of the buffalo parts for survival, from soap to hairbrushes, etc. They used bones, everything, food. They heavily relied on buffalo for survival. While on the other hand, whites loved what the buffalo gave them in terms of money and sport, aka entertainment.
Sally, I got a hankering for some buffalo.
Whites even participated in buffalo killing contests. Kansas Pacific Railroad hired hunters in order to make way for more railroads. So basically, they would just shoot out, try to get those buffalo, clear some space. It was also pushed by the US government to take power away from the natives. You know, killing buffalo, they'd have no survival. All in all, it's not looking too good for the natives. Their numbers are decreasing proportionally with the number of buffalo getting killed. In addition, settlers are taking native land because the natives are dead. It is definitely because of the whites that the buffalo are now a buffa no more. That's it. And this was Entertainment with Maya Cazares.
And Franco from Government. Thank you for watching Late Night News with us. Have a very lovely evening.
And tune in tomorrow.
At 8 o'clock. Sharp.
You go with your gut.
I got a hankering for some buffalo. Oh, that wasn't smooth. Let me do that again.
Wait. The road to... Nope.
Franco, get
I
out!
have a scene of her just acting emotional. Oh, wait.
Do you know what the daddy bison said? Wait, I was supposed to say buffalo.
I can cut it.
Okay.
Yeah, just.
Let me like improve myself a little bit.
I got that up for you.
Am I right?
Thanks, Maya. We can put that for the blooper.
No!
Yep.
Oh.
Greasy.
I was greasy yesterday.
They just want to come and take our land. It's not fair.
You heard it here first.
So, what do you call a buffalo that's lived for over 2... Well... Wait.
I'm just gonna... Wait, you have to move more this way.
I gotta get the yeehaw.
Reach deep in there.
Yeehaw! No. Yeehaw!
Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
Ready?
Yeah.
Yeehaw! Alright. What do you call a buffalo that's lived for 200 years?
I don't know.
Bicentennial. I'm choking. God.
Franco!
Alright.